Hi guys, Bart from PABrewNews. Got a ale here from the Acoustic Ales Brewing Experiment from San Diego, California. This is their Imperial, I guess I should have put that in the title, Imperial Unplugged Kopi Luwak. Now, I probably didn't say that right, but that is a type of coffee. This is ale brewed with Kopi Luwak coffee. Now, this is a Imperial coffee chocolate oatmeal stout, and it is coming in at 9.5 alcohol by the volumes. So there we go. Now I have had one of these, a brew from this company before, that was a little underwhelming. Let's say that. So let's see what this one has to offer. A Imperial Coffee Chocolate Oatmeal Stout should be pretty amazing. Should be very bombastically good. And at 9.5. However, the Unplugged Forester I had was a coffee chocolate oatmeal. It wasn't coffee. It was an oatmeal, a chocolate oatmeal imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels. That was just a little bit lackadaisical. But we'll see what this one has to offer for sure. There we go. All right, up to the light. We got a little bit of a khaki colored head, a little tan khaki colored head. A little bit of a ruby hue coming from the pinnacle of the glass here. Not clinging too much to the side of the glass, just the hair when you roll it. Of course, there's alcohol legs from the 9.5 alcohol by volume. Let's get some aroma on this one. Man, this smells. No, it just smells like a lot of like caramel. It smells like a really, again, just automatically, now I'm just saying, this reminds me of a very well-made English porter by the aromas. It's roasty, toasty, brown bread, caramel, hints of baker's chocolate. But when you get that roasty, toasty, brown bread, caramel, you're already thinking it's gonna be a little bit thin by the by that aroma. It's just reminding me of an English porter. Roasty, I mean very roasty, toasty, brown bread, caramel, hints of muted baker's chocolate. Earthiness is coming up. I'm assuming a lot of the earthiness that I am getting too, a little roasty, toasty notes, is the coffee coming through. Something that subtly reminds me of a soft, dark fruit in the back. A little nuttiness. Alright, let's get into it and see what it is. Cheers. Yeah, it's thin. How do you make an imperial oatmeal? I just don't get it. Same thing as like the last time. This isn't barrel aged, it just has a coffee addition to it. This shows me that this is so thin to start with. Why would you ever put it in a barrel? Not this beer in a barrel, but the Forester. This is a very thin beer. This is an imperial oatmeal chocolate stout. This should have a nice, rich, creamy body to it. It's tapering on the upside, tapering the full side of a medium mouthfeel. It's just really, and then of course it tapers down to the medium side of a medium mouthfeel. Mineralistic, little tones of mineralistic notes in the back end, mixing with the earthiness, nuttiness, roasty, toasty, hints of caramel, muted baker's chocolate, just like the nose. It tastes like a really, really well-made English porter. It just tastes like an extremely, really well-made, really good, really well-made English porter. Nuances of a nutty, earthy coffee in there too, kind of coming up in the background. Not as coffee forward as you would hope it would be, being a coffee infused beer. It's more muddled into that nice roasty, toasty tones of the beer itself, coming out with a soft little effervescent bit of a coffee tone. It's a little bit on the boring side. Muted hints of baker's chocolate, that's it. You should be getting luscious milk chocolate in this. Chocolate, coffee, oatmeal stout. Body's not there. The chocolate's not really there. The coffee is there, but very muted. It's the coffee that you would normally get, basically, out of certain styles without the coffee addition already in there. So I don't know what the hell Acoustic Ales is actually doing, but they're missing the marks hardcore. I've only had 2 beers from them. I think only 2. So I can't be yelling at all the beers they make. But the Unplugged series of their Imperial Chocolate and the Imperial Chocolate Oatmeal Stout, barrel aged in the Forester, and this one now is lackadaisical at best. I mean, you really need to step up your freaking game when it comes to this, because there are so many better beers with better price ranges that people should be spending their money on before they start buying this stuff. And it's just something that needs to be said, because you don't want people buying and spending their hard-earned money on this and hating the beer because they expect something of a certain standard of quality, and you don't perform that, they're going to get pissed, and they're not going to buy your other beer either. And you want to avoid that, of course, because, I hope they improve. I hope they get better. I hope they actually listen to constructive criticism and realize they need to step up their game, because these dark beers are not hitting the marks at all. It's a fine, robust English porter. We'll just say that. Yeah, if I pour this out of like a Black Flag English porter. I mean, I've had so many, the Tire Butt or whatever, Butte English porter or whatever. I'll be like, this is delicious, beautiful English porter, hitting all the marks, perfect. This one, for what the style is and for what it's trying to be, it is very lackadaisical. It's I kind of want to say it's below the solid, because it's not hitting the marks properly. Body's not there, nuances there, the things that are as advertised are not being displayed properly. Even the coffee is kind of hit or miss. It's something that's kind of coming up with stuff that should already be bringing coffee with it, and it's still kind of not that there all the way. Sorry if I sound like a dick. It's 9.5. It drinks really well, and I mean, you can drink these pretty easily, but they're just boring. They're really missing the mark, and you just get a nice porter out of the deal when you're supposed to get this rich chocolatey coffee infused imperial stout. You see what I'm saying? So I would give this one a 7. It's under the 7.5 solid category for me. 7 out of 10 for this one, for the Acoustic Ales Brewing Experiment, their Unplugged Kopi Luwak, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Imperial Chocolate Oatmeal Stout with coffee added. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. It's not what it should be for me. Anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Bye.